Hi, welcome to G-Spot. So I'm doing a quick review of the Nikon 55-200 versus the Sigma 70-200. Firstly, my Flickr page where all my photos are posted, or my better ones, is under the name acrowot, A-C-R-O-W-O-T. So you're welcome to have a look at my photos on Flickr. Now, I've been asked to do this review by a couple of people, and also to review the Sigma in the field and the focusing, so that's what I'm doing now. I'll start off on the Nikon 55-200, pros, cons, and what I think of it. Now, I've just looked on eBay, and there's one on for sale at the moment for £100 with £9 postage, so £109. They're on there for £129, £139. I bought this for £95. No postage, no box, and it's in mint condition. So, you know, if we're talking around the £100 mark for this lens, second hand, new, obviously it's going to be a little bit more. So, for £100, what do you get? Well, 55-200 is equivalent, what's that, 70, about 80 to 300 equivalent on the DX body. I've got it mounted to a Nikon D3000, which is my other paths. And she wanted a longer reach lens, so we got this one. It's got the vibration reduction, seems to work quite well, gives you a couple of extra stops. It's lightweight, you know, and paired with the D3000, it's very light. The focusing, bang, bang, not the quickest, but you know, it does work. It's okay, there's nothing special about it. It takes nice pictures. If you look on my Flickr page, there's a picture of an elephant's trunk taken with this lens and this camera, and it will show you some of the detail that you can pick up, all the hairs, and you know, it's a lovely picture in my opinion. So yeah, you can get some great pictures. I don't see any major problems with distortion or anything like that. You're going to get a bit of chromatic aberration and a bit of colour fringing here and there, but nothing disastrous that you need to really worry about, you know, at this level. So, what's the downsides to it? Well, the fact that it's light is a good thing and a bad thing, you know, because there's not a lot of glass in there. It's quite cheaply made. It's very plasticky. Unfortunately, it's got the plastic bayonet fit on. I'd rather you know, be 10 quid dearer or whatever it is to put the metal mount on. There's no weather sealing, etc. But it's not the end of the world. So it's not a heavy lens, you know. I don't suppose you're going to have it on a big professional heavy body, so no major problem there. Very small filter size, only 52mm. Again, that's you know, not letting a lot of light in, but in a way, you know, cheap filters. So good and bad. So for value for money, I don't think you can beat it. Is the bottom line. So compared to the 70-200 Sigma, this is the non-image stabilised version. £600, second hand, probably around between £550 and £600. So what's the difference? Well, we can get down to f2.8 all the way through. So if I'm shooting at 200mm indoors, I can shoot at 2.8. The maximum, or the minimum, sorry, on the Nikon is 5.6 at 200. So you know, there's quite a big difference there. The image stabilisation helps you a little bit, but it doesn't give you that sort of blowing out the background ability that the Sigma does, and you get much nicer bokeh with Sigma. I mean, you've got a huge amount of glass. It's a heavy old lump. I carry this around for a day, no problem at all, to be honest. I carry it on a side holster type affair, and it works absolutely fine. Yeah, it is heavy, and you know, if you've got that and a tripod and your kit bag, then you know, it can be a bit cumbersome, but you know, it's on quite a light body, works okay. The focusing is absolutely flawless in my opinion. It's not the quickest, but it's certainly not the slowest. It's quite snappy. It seems to hit the point most times. Very rarely do I miss focus now. I took some photos of my nephews playing football, so I had it on continuous sort of matrix focusing, and it was absolutely fine. And I got a lot more in-focus pictures than I thought I would, especially with them running towards me, which I think the cameras struggle with, but you know, it worked absolutely fine. You know, that's down to the camera as well, the D50-100 that I've got here. Seems to be a good match. Just a point to note, the Nikon obviously works better on the better bodies because of the ISO performance. You know, your maximum you're looking at on this camera really is about 800 to be usable. On this one I can go up to, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 ISO, no problem at all. So you're compensating for that lack of 2.8 f-stops. So bottom line is, if you can afford it, get the Sigma. And if you can afford it, get the Nikon 70-200. But you know, I'm talking 600 quid here, so half the price of the Nikon. So if you can afford it, yes, get the Sigma. If you can't, should you just save up and buy it? No, buy the Nikon 55-200. Use it for a year, save up your money, and then buy the Sigma. You're not going to lose out by doing that. So I'd say just go for it. Start using the 200mm lens, get used to how it performs and how the focal length affects your pictures and your bokeh and your focusing, etc. So yeah, I would at least get something. And you know, that's a great little lens. If I'm just popping out and it's a bright day and I don't want the big heavy Sigma, I just pop that on. It's lovely and light, bang bang, absolutely fine. I did that, took some pictures of some surfers with it. Nice bright day, I was taking pictures at about f7, something like that. No reason for a great big lens like this at all, it worked perfectly. So there you go, my quick review. Hope that's been of some use, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.